please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Nischal Maheshwari, who is the CEO, Institutional Equities and Advisory at Centrum Broking, joins us now. Nischal, hi, good morning. Good speaking with you as always. One of the stocks of today could be Axis Bank, because now we know that Amitabh Chaudhry will take charge at Axis Bank after Shikha Sharma's tenure ends. Of course, the stock, has rallied almost 30% since the lows that we saw last month. You think most of this news is already in the price, or is this still a stock good to go for long-term investors?
Morning. My view still remains to be, I think there is a long way to go as far as the corporate banks in the are concerned, both ICICI as well as Axis. And one thing which has become very clear as far as Axis is concerned, the uncertainty is over that who's coming and joining. So obviously Amitabh has a very good stint at HDFC Life, so there would be very good expectations built up there. And going ahead, given that the economy is turning around, I think this is a good spot to be buying Axis Bank.
Okay. Good morning, Nischal. A related question, NBFCs. While, we have seen the private banks, the private sector corporate lenders rally, we've seen almost a one-way fall in NBFCs. Is there more to go?
Morning, Lata. I think NBFCs, as far as the space is concerned, yeah, there are challenges at the moment, given that the yields, 10-year yields are more than 8%, and most of these guys are bulk borrowers. So obviously their cost goes up and they may not be able to pass it on given the competition in the market. But having said that, I think you look at the kind of growth most of these NBFCs are showing, 25 to 30% kind of growth. I think most of them continue to show, and given that the PSUs are vacating the space, I think there is a long run for these guys. There is a long runway. I don't believe there is much issue there. I think all falling stocks basically gives you an opportunity to actually accumulate them.
Okay. All of them, some of them, Credit Suisse points out that in IIFL, there is an possible ALM mismatch in the short term. And it may not be, IIFL perhaps is more widely traded, but that could bedevil other NBFCs as well, isn't it?
So, I was commenting about NBFCs in general, but obviously my picks are specific, and we like a lot the housing finance companies, some of the broking firms, some of the NBFCs. That could be more specific, but obviously IIFL we don't have under coverage, so I will not be able to comment on that.
Nischal, good morning. This is Anuj. First of all, congratulations on your new role.
Morning, Anuj.
I wanted to ask you about consumption, because we have seen quite a bit of decline over the last few days, and it's been backed by some hardcore delivery selling as well. Your thoughts on what's going wrong here now? Is it only valuation, or is there something else?
I think so. It's mostly profit taking. I think valuations, yes, valuations always been challenging for the FMCG sector. You look at in the last 3-5 year history, they have always been ahead of the market. But I think at this point of time, I'm very positive on the whole consumption sector, given that we have got a good monsoon which has come up, and now is the busy season which is coming around the corner. So the festival season will drive the next 2 quarters demand. So I think one should be, if already have it basically, one should be continuously either accumulating it or just sit on that. Don't need to be panicking basically. Yes, some amount of profit taking has happened in the counters, but I think that's largely it. Okay. There's nothing much to it.
Okay, this is news that Ekta is breaking actually on Sun Pharma, and that's important because after Halol, where there was an inspection, now there's Mohali unit as well, where there's going to be some inspection. So obviously there's a bit of an issue here. We'll try to get Ekta also to give us some information on that. But that's after Halol, there's now Mohali, and keep in mind, the stock has seen quite a bit of rally from the lower levels. Nischal, how are you looking at Sun Pharma, or the pharma sector has seen a big rally, but your thoughts on Sun Pharma in particular?
So Sun, we have been positive, but it's run up quite a bit, and these challenges just keep on coming. And my thought remains to be that the sector shouldn't be getting this kind of a valuation. because if you really look at it, most of them still trade about 20-25 times. And we have not looked at this kind of risk basically because now this is becoming an inherent risk in the system. So you have this regulatory risk and you have a challenge as far as the US market is concerned. So both of them should actually put down pressure, some amount of pressure on the multiples. Doesn't seem to be given that the rupee has been quite favorable to them and there is a good domestic market. But I think this is a good time to take away profits in Sun.
This this could actually come as a surprise to the street because I was just going through Dilip Shangvi's recent quote that he put out where he said that during this quarter the US FDA had lifted the import alert finally on the Mohali facility while remediation efforts are ongoing to bring back the Halol facility into full compliance. So now this surprise US FDA inspection, I don't know how the street is going to take it, but Ekta's here. She's putting out all this exclusive information. So let's go straight to her. Ekta, what all are you picking up?
Hi, thanks Sonia for that. Well, you know, like you mentioned, this particular Mohali unit had an outstanding import alert for multiple years. It is actually Ranbaxy's unit, which Sun Pharma acquired when they acquired Ranbaxy in 2015. Now, the US FDA some time ago had lifted the import alert, but we do understand that there has been a surprise inspection which has begun today at the by the US FDA, and sources have told me that they were just about informed about the US FDA inspection as early as just Saturday, and the inspection has begun on Monday. So yes, it is definitely going to come back as a bit of a negative for Sun Pharma simply because there is the Halol unit which just got inspected in terms of a product approval inspection, and that received 6 observations just around 2 weeks ago. So this particular news follows the Halol news, and hence that sort of becomes a sentiment negative for Sun Pharma. So let's see how things pan out. We do understand that there are 2 US FDA inspectors, and it has been a surprise inspection, which is most important, which has begun today at the unit.